Welcome back, Spirits of Vengeance, to a Ghost Rider vlog.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ghost Rider vlog. Today we're going to talk about issue number 69, subtitled Personal Demons. It starts off innocently enough of an old man putting up posters for the carnival, when suddenly the spot that he just left is suddenly bashed through by the Ghost Rider, cackling away as he rides off into the night. The proceedings follow that he interrupts a biker cop's quiet night, only to give him a round of spooking with bikes that he can drive through speeds that he cannot reach, and a cackling man with a skull for a face. Once everything is said and done, he's just left standing there stunned, and when one of the officers finally catches up with him, the biker officer tells them about what he had seen, and then he is told that he must have encountered the Ghost Rider. Apparently in these parts he's considered a biker legend, but apparently he's had a very real experience with the Rider now. Meanwhile, the Ghost Rider comes back to the carnival, half tempted to go down there and see what people would think of him, only for Johnny to take over while he's standing on the hilltop where there's construction being done. In particular, they're trying to remove a bit of a mountain range in order to help put in a highway. This transformation happens, however, just in time for Johnny to literally run down the steep cliffside in order to try and get back into the carnival in time for his usual run, just barely getting dressed in time by putting on the suit over his leathers. Meanwhile, in the crowd, there's a particular drunkard, his supposed girlfriend, and one of his better friends with them. The drunkard wants nothing to do with Blaze, he thinks he's a buffoon. Meanwhile, the girlfriend is obviously having some interest in Johnny, and the friend is just kind of passe and just doesn't want to get into any kind of trouble. The girl wants to get an autograph from Johnny, and the boyfriend wants nothing to do with it, so the best friend sticks with her. And while Johnny kind of slides by, not wanting to get into any trouble with having any kind of interest in the woman, they continue to do their usual work while she runs off with the best friend, while admitting that she is not really that interested in the current guy and is willing to have a little romp of their own. Come the next morning, the drunkard boyfriend is looking for the missing people and blames particular Johnny. He literally almost runs over the clown and then fights off 5 or 6 people trying to hold the guy back. However, a shotgun blast from the head of the carnival is enough to quiet him down, and a warning that he has a second round if he tries doing anything, and that he might as well get out of here while the getting's good, since nobody has been harmed yet. The man leaves, but he still has a feeling that something happened to his friends, even though they obviously left him because he's an asshole. The only thing he wanted to do was drink more that night and get into a dim-witted stupor. In a continually blinding, raged stupor, he suddenly then notices that there's all these vehicles and so forth for the planned development of the mountainside, and he picks up an earth mover. Essentially it's a gigantic bulldozer with a huge blade. Essentially the Ghost Rider takes over and spooks the man even further by threatening to run over the woman as she had fallen out of the car in the attempted chase to come after them, and in the end results in him stopping it just short of her while also knocking the man out, and then proceeding to use the Hellfire touch on him and forever allowing him to see the folly of his ways and letting it mentally scar him for the rest of his life. While Johnny then eventually comes to and just sees the end result of a man bubbling at his feet. Thus ends our story for today. Another nice little one-shot. Art was pretty decent throughout. It covers a little cheap in spots, but it's an okay story. Nothing particularly grand about it, but it's an alright one-shot. That's all for this week. I will see you all next time.